alive. That was
Woo. Hola, amigos. Welcome to the Mark Out Mania. I am Pedro Boyquedro, Texan Spaniard, and we're here with the extra James Sorno, aka Jim House. How are you? How's everything in Jim's house?
everything is good, hanging in there, doing what I got to do. And Zeus, I'm just glad I'm not Australian. So there you go.
That's right.
Damn it.
Your accent's bad enough.
Yeah, it is.
Yankee. There's between a Yankee and a damn Yankee. Damn Yankee won't go home.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, damn Yankees. And hey, we also have fresh from celebrating his conception day, the God of Thunder, Zeus King Dark. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You're freezing your balls off. That's what you do.
That's right.
Woo. Damn, man. Stay warm up there, buddy. Stay warm.
Always.
Can't even enjoy a scoop of ice cream because it's everywhere.
That's right. I can't enjoy a scoop of ice cream because it's all I fucking see out my house. Fucking ice cream and slush and.
True story.
Did you guys know that all of our Slurpees are sugar-free now?
Really?
No.
Yes.
Wow.
In the state of New York.
When did that happen?
All the Slurpees are sugar-free.
In New York. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Crazy.
Note to self, never get a Slurpee if I'm in New York.
It's very... and they don't tell you either. Like,
how does it taste?
Like artificial sweetener. It's not good.
Oh.
Because the fruit flavors are so out of the kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So it's something they got to work on, that's for sure.
Wow.
I was just gonna say when the winter weather comes around, that's when Stephanie wants to eat ice cream because her point of view is it stays like it doesn't melt because you know how Texas is so warm. So she's like, oh, when it's colder, that's the time to eat ice cream because it doesn't melt so fast and
that makes sense.
Frozen longer and stuff. Just putting another perspective out there for people in the colder
I used to like. Funny thing is, I lived in Staten Island. I actually used to like barbecuing in the wintertime. Because, it was easier for me to sit outside and eat from the grill. I wasn't dying from, heat exhaustion. I would just stand there for like a couple hours. No problem. Just bundle up, cook.
You want to cook?
And then just bring the food inside when it's ready. So, but I get it. But look, what Zeus is going through right now.
The girl's like, screw you.
Yeah, the girl's going, I don't think so, buddy. Yeah, go home.
What the hell?
Get the hell out of here.
All alone.
Don't touch me. I'm cold. Oh, man. So lots of stuff going on. NXT Vengeance Day tonight, right?
Yes.
The road to WrestleMania rolls on.
Yes. What was it? What was that?
What was it?
I don't know. You talking about AEW?
AEW.
Shrimp on the barbie.
We're gonna take my thumb and I'm gonna jam it up this alligator's butt.
Will Ospreay will enjoy that. Not Will Ospreay, Ricochet. Sorry, apologize.
I just wish people would just come to this. I just wish people would start being honest with themselves. Okay. I'll be the first one to say I love Jaws the Revenge, okay, the movie, but it absolutely sucks. I have no problem telling you that the movie absolutely sucks. Yet I love it. I have no problem saying that too. AEW fans need to start doing the same thing. Yes, AEW sucks, but I love it. I like watching it. It's good for me. That's
Pedro,
all. But don't tell me it's the best thing you've ever seen because it sucks.
What was it?
Listen. But Jaws of Revenge has something that the AEW will never have. They'll have the quality of a wonderful, amazing actor like Michael Caine. Okay,
Michael Caine's the man.
There is no version of an AEW wrestling Michael Caine. There's nothing. You can't polish that turd and make it watchable. Okay? Sorry.
It's horrible. I mean, the only thing to me, at least to me, because I don't watch it, but like from what clips I've seen, I go to pay-per-views, but I don't watch the TV show. It's weird. The only thing that to me is worth watching is the whole thing with Tony Storm. Otherwise than that, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Sucks. Colt or Edge or Horse or whatever his name is.
James is like, I go to the pay-per-views live, but I don't watch it.
Well, I mean, come on. It was Sting in Greensboro Coliseum. I mean, come on, man. You got to go to that.
Well, that was only your third AEW event.
Yeah, you're only your third AEW pay-per-view.
Damn, man, just call me out.
Hey, wait.
I will say this. Lux has dragged you to all three of them.
Yes.
So
he did.
You know,
he did.
This is a great segue. Actually, I didn't mean to say great, but it's a great segue because one of the shows James went to last year. This may sound like he went to multiple shows. I think it's the only show you went to last year, right, James? Was voted the best major wrestling show of 2024 in the Wrestler Observer Awards.
Oh Lord, here we go.
AEW Revolution, March 3rd, Greensboro, was voted the best major wrestling show of 2024 in Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer News Awards. Number two was WrestleMania Night 2. AEW All In was 3. AEW All Out was 4. AEW Dynasty was 5. Stardom Dream Kingdom was 6. AEW World's End was 7. WWE Bad Blood was 8. AEW Forbidden Door 9. And Backlash from WWE from France was 10. Now, which one of these shows you think made the most money?
Well, of course, WrestleMania.
I have a feeling all the only three WWE shows on here all made like more money than the rest of these shows combined. But
that Backlash show from France was unreal because that crowd made it unreal.
So
yeah,
let me ask you something. Was it? Did I hear right? Was the Wembley show not in there?
It was, and it was number 3. It was.
Okay. Yeah, look who's making the rankings. The ball coddler of Tony Khan.
Well, it's the readers of his deal. It's the reader of his
site. They're just little Daves by extension.
Yeah.
They're little dumb Davites.
Yeah, I'm sure he has final say of what goes away.
Yeah,
because he's right.
I mean, his opinions are objective; they're not subjective. Just so you know.
Yeah.
There is a whole thread last week. We weren't on the air last week, but there's a whole thread that I was following last week where he was there was a Stardom match that he gave 5 stars to. It was for the trios title, the artist title, and he gave it 5 stars. And his write-up was hilarious because I think I have it somewhere. His write-up.
I'll be right back there.
Okay, his write-up was hilarious because his defense of it was basically that Azumi and Saru Anu had good stuff against each other, and that Azumi is the one of the best wrestlers in the world. 5 stars.
5 stars.
And now I know I haven't seen the match yet because it was on a pay-per-view, so I have to wait like a month till I can see it. But I can tell you what the match is. It's just going to be a sprint. Like it's just you know how the Japan like women or men in Japan.
5 stars.
You have a multi-man match, and it's just they just do a sprint, right, for like 15, 18 minutes. That's just what this is.
Stop spamming moves and
yeah. I mean, we all know what this match is, and he gave it 5 stars. And so some people were saying, well, Azumi's one of his favorite wrestlers. When his favorite wrestlers are in there, the rating goes up, and they're like, that's how it should be. When your favorite wrestlers are in there, it should go up. And other people are like, but he says his opinions are objective. They're like objective truth and all this stuff. So people were going back and forth about that deal. But anyways,
that's okay. E1.
And now he's saying that Netflix is lying about their numbers.
Yeah, he said something like that, right? Oh my god.
Yeah, he's saying that basically it's impossible. It's impossible for them to have ratings as high as they're claiming.
Yeah, I'm sure it's impossible that fucking NXT had 800 grand on Tuesday and fucking AEW had 500 on Wednesday. Yeah, it's impossible.
Y'all want to hear these?
You got to remember, the CW is a bigger network.
Yeah.
Than the TNT.
Yes.
No, but hold on. Isn't AEW now on Max?
Yes.
Yeah, but
we don't know the Max numbers.
Television rating, Nielsen.
Right.
Yeah, we don't know the Max numbers. I'm sure the Max numbers are to the max.
Well, no. You got to remember these Max numbers are obviously very conservative. They're just underestimating the total number of what they got, and of course, there's been tens of thousands more people that are watching Max than ever before now.
Tens of thousands. Tens of thousands.
It's
such a tiny percentage in terms of like the actual business.
Not for AEW. No, tens of thousands. Between 500 and 550,000 people watching.
We got 17 new viewers. Yeah.
Okay, so let me read to y'all some of these awards for the 2024 Wrestler Observer News Awards. Category A awards. Winners determined by points on a 5-3-2 basis. First place votes in parentheses. I don't know what that means. 5-3-2. Do y'all know what that means?
It must mean the scoring for each vote.
So what is this on? Favorite wrestler, best wrestler? What is this?
Well, I'll read you the thing. So the first one,
different types of categories now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, so the first one is the Luthez / Ric Flair Award, aka Wrestler of the Year. So Wrestler of the Year went to Cody Rhodes. Shockingly, Cody Rhodes got number one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for them, yeah, it's kind of shocking. Will Ospreay was second. Bryan Danielson third. Mystico was fourth. Swerve Strickland fifth. Zack Sabre Jr. sixth. And hey, get this: the guy who main evented both nights of WrestleMania, Roman Reigns, is seventh on this list. Sari is eighth. Sari is above Gunther, and CM Punk is 10. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are tied at 10. CM Punk, the guy who was the most over person basically the entire year for the WWE, was 10th place for this in terms of crowd reaction and business. So so there you go. So that's Wrestler of the Year was Cody Rhodes. Was shocking for them. Most outstanding wrestler. They don't give an explanation what that really means versus Wrestler of the Year. So I don't know, but it's Will Ospreay was most outstanding.
Of course, it's the please don't vote in this. If you don't understand If you don't understand wrestling.
So, yeah, Will Ospreay was number 1.
Yawn.
Brian Danielson 2, Takashita 3, Zack Sabre Jr. 4, Sari 5th, Gunther 6th, Swerve 7th, Mayu Iwatani 8th, Hechicero 9th, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes tied for 10th. CM Punk tying for 10th a lot. You guys are going to love this one. Who do you think is tag team of the year?
I know.
Oh, no. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Say it, Zeus.
It's the Young Cucks.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
You know who was the number 2, James?
Oh.
Fraxium. Nathan Frazier and Axiom.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised they finished. It's from the NXT. Nathan Frazier and Axiom.
What the fuck kind of name is Axiom?
So there is a wrestler from
No,
Spain.
Axiom is Zeus. No, Axiom is A-Kid.
Yeah, I was just about to explain that.
Yeah. Sorry.
There's a wrestler from Spain named A-Kid, and they rebranded him as Axiom with a mask.
And they joke about it all the time. Yeah, you remember A-Kid?
No.
Zeus
They joke about it all the time.
Zeus didn't watch any of the European indies or the NXT UK stuff, so he's not going to know A-Kid.
That's true.
But
they joke about it all the time. They go, "Hey, kid, come over here." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Zeus, it's kind of crazy because he's a good-looking kid in terms of like he has an attractive face and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird that they're like put a mask on him, but that's what they did. It kind of worked out.
I read somewhere that they were going to actually take the mask off him, but he said no because he said this was a mid gimmick.
I was
like, what?
About to say, it sounds like something stupid a young wrestler would want to do.
Yeah. He said no, leave it on him. I was like, why?
Well, I'll say this. We talked about this once, James, on the show. Was he wrestles differently as Axiom than he did as A-Kid.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
so it sort of has worked in terms of him adjusting to a WWE style of wrestling, I think. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if he takes off the mask later, if he'll go back to the way he used to or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But these tag teams in here, number 3, FTR. Number 4 is Sting and Darby Allin. They're only wrestling for 2 or 3 months of the year, and they finished 4th.
All-time great.
June and Rei Saito. I don't know who they are. Oh shoot, I gotta go. Sorry.
Okay.
You guys continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's that? Domino's? Oh man. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Why are the Young Cucks number 1? They suck.
Because it's the Observer. That's why.
Yeah, I know.
The Observer and their finisher is the Meltzer Driver, and everybody loves them. And
didn't they drop the New Japan straps?
Did they win them?
No, they lost them, didn't they?
I didn't know they fucking won them. When the hell did they win them?
Yeah, they won them. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I think they lost the straps yesterday or the day before, something like that. Yeah, I mean, I still can't believe Gumby lost the belt. That's brutal.
Yeah, it's weird. They want to attract 2,500 fucking fans to a show in fucking England for him to win it back, supposedly.
Okay,
so
that's brutal.
Yeah. Okay, so Naito and Hiromu won the belts on the 11th.
Okay. Yeah, a couple of days ago. Yeah. Okay. Why did the Young Bucks win it in the first place? It's like, what? Is to get over Naito and Hiromu? I mean, really? I don't know.
Okay, so the Young Bucks The Young Bucks had it for roughly a month.
What was the purpose of that?
Because Tony threw him some money. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, come
Yeah.
on. They're desperate for cash. They're willing to do whatever. Job out everybody and anybody.
Yeah. I mean, I understand it's hard for them to turn away cash now. I do. I get it. You know, but don't. It's tough. I mean, after watching, after watching AEW, take the face of the one-time face of your organization, the one time he was a face of a generation for your organization, and just reduce them to saying beach. There better be a lot of money.
Well, I mean, obviously, the number that was thrown around was $5 million a year.
my dad
I'll do that too.
My dad has a situation going on, but I come back into the room and I'm overhearing James going, "The face of the organization," and reduce him to saying "beach." I'm like, "Oh, he's talking about Okada."
Yeah.
The state of the tag teams in New Japan right now.
Yeah, New Japan.
So was that June and Ray Saito? Were they from New Japan or where are they from? I don't know.
I don't think they're from New Japan. Are they from Noah?
Who?
Oh, they could be. I don't know.
What the hell are you talking about?
Remember before I got the alarm thing, I was telling you all the June and Ray Saito were on this list, and I didn't know who they were.
Yeah, I don't know who they are either. I'm completely amazed that you went back to that.
Okay, sorry. Go on. What were y'all talking about? You're talking about the state of New Japan tag teams. Go on.
Right. Yeah.
Because Hiromu Naito beat the Young Bucks back for the belts. Now the Bucks held the belt for how long? Zeus, 30 days. You said.
Roughly, yeah.
Roughly 30 days. So Zeus was saying, the reason why they were giving the belts was probably because of money. Because they got money from Tony Khan. And I'm like, yeah, I can see that happening because the state of the tag team division in New Japan is not that good. I mean,
yeah. So listen to the last year's worth of
Naito
New Japan tag team champions. So at the beginning of last year, the Goto and Yoshihashi lost the belts to El Phantasmo and Hikuleo. Then they lost the belts to Chase Owens and Kenta. Then Goto and Yoshihashi won it back. Then Chase Owens and Kenta won it back. Then Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste won it and held it for like 6 months. And then they lost it to Great Khan and Hanare. Then they had to vacate the belt when Hanare got hurt. And then that brings us to the Young Bucks winning it at Wrestle Dynasty. And then Hiromu and Naito winning it.
Boy, with all those names, it makes you miss even the Sonata, doesn't it?
No, not really, but I mean,
nothing makes us miss evil.
But they were better tag team than these idiots.
Yeah, but they still had the charisma of a fucking old.
Yeah, I know. But it was actually tag team wrestling when they did it. These guys suck.
Yeah. I mean, but and then Kenta has signed with Noah.
So he's not even in New Japan anymore. He bounced.
Yep.
But
Jesus.
I've been seeing a lot of people reacting to this, but I don't know if you guys remember. Like 2 months ago, we heard he was leaving New Japan, and when we heard he was leaving New Japan, the rumor was he was going to Noah, and now he shows up in Noah, and everyone's like, he signed with Noah, and I'm like, didn't we already know this?
I mean, where else is he going to go in Japan?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing, there's nowhere else really for him to go, especially, nowhere else where he can kind of, bring around some emotion or anything. But I also remember when he signed with New Japan, I think there were fans that were like, he's signing on the day that, I don't know, like the day that Noah had their first show anniversary, or it was Misawa's death anniversary or something like that. I don't know. People were like, yeah.
Do you think his WWE run was a bust?
Well, he was hurt the whole time, so.
Yeah. Speaking of signings, one company's trash is another company's gold mine. I mean, not for nothing, but somebody was way over more than he's been over all year. Ricky Starks popped up at NXT. The crowd went banana.
Which is, I mean, it's really good that they're that aware of who he is.
They were chanting his name. That was hot. He said the revolution will be. He said the revolution is going to be televised. I'm here, absolute Ricky Starks. I was like, all right. Now, if we get to see a little bit of that NWA Ricky Starks, that'd be kind of hot.
Yeah, that's pretty much the ship. It's already sailed. I mean,
but I don't want to see that AEW one. You know, the one where he thought he was too cool for anything. It was horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I just hope he's just going to be the best he can be.
Yeah.
That's all we can hope for anymore.
Well, like we discussed, the one thing he has in abundance is charisma, and the WWE is going to use that to his total advantage, and because he is charismatic,
Yes, people do like it.
He's no Daniel Garcia, that's for sure.
Who?
I mean, if they could make something out of Ethan Page, they could. I mean, fucking Ricky Starks going to go to the moon. Because look how they pushed Ethan Page. Look how he's turned out NXT. So you could imagine Starks. All you gotta do is stay healthy and just work that WWE style, and he'll be fine.
I think Pedro had a good point in the chat the other day. It was like, hey, it's they're doing a lot with Ethan Page because
they are. They are.
He doesn't have a lot to work with. I mean, he's not spectacular at anything really. But
his promos are average. His in-ring work is average. I mean, but it works.
My main point was you just have to give people stuff to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you give people stuff to do and a role like to play, then people get invested, and you're like, oh, they're interesting now. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't, but because the way they're being used, you think so, right? So
if you'd have told me Ethan Page would have been over at NXT and they made him champ, I would have laughed. I was like, yeah, okay. Wow.
Yeah, apologies for being in and out. Just stuff going on. Y'all know.
I'm sure. Yeah. No problem. I'm sure a little confidence went a long way with Page. And that same thing's going to happen with Starks. A little confidence is going to go a long way. Because he's going to get nurtured in WWE. He's going to get nurtured at NXT. So, you said that, Pedro. You said that Javon Evans won fucking Rookie of the Year? Oh, he's not here. He stepped out.
He's gone.
Yeah. But I think he's going to...
He's gone, Jim. He's gone. Yes, he won Rookie of the Year. Yeah. Let me find the rookie thing. So I think, let's see where we were at. Best interview was Drew McIntyre. Promotion of the year was WWE, which shocked me. I thought it would be the other one because this audience. Best weekly TV show was Dynamite. I don't know how.
Oh. Again, if it's so good, why is nobody watching?
The wrestling match of the year was Ospreay versus Danielson. I mean, I'm trying. Is there a single WWE match? CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre is the only. Let's see that, and Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns from WrestleMania 2. Those are the only WWE matches. The rest is all AEW. Let's see. United States Canada MVP is Cody Rhodes. Japanese MVP is Zack Sabre Jr. Mexico MVP is Mystico. European MVP is Michael Oku, who I barely remember from Progress stuff, but it's been a while. The non-heavyweight MVP is Darby Allin. Women's wrestling MVP is Sari. Feud of the year, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. Best box office draw, Cody Rhodes. Most improved, Kyle Fletcher. That's kind of weird. Most charismatic. Who do you think got most charismatic?
Daniel Garcia.
Most charismatic. I don't know. Dominic.
I don't know.
The Rock.
Oh.
Like
is clearly a love-hate thing with the fans with him. And it seemed like there was more hate than love to me from what I gather, from reactions online.
Nobody cares about the cock.
Yeah, he brings the biggest ratings. Best technical
I don't care what ratings it is. I'm watching anyway without him, so it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter.
But the numbers speak for itself. He does business. So
I understand that. But people like me aren't watching it because I'm going to turn on WWE because the Rock's going to be there. No, because you're already watching.
But people like you go to AEW pay-per-views. You're not going into the WWE shows. So that's why.
If somebody gave you a free ticket to it, if somebody bought you a ticket to the show, you going? Yeah,
potentially not. Potentially not, James. How the fuck am I going? Like, think about my situation. How the heck?
I'm not talking about your situation. If somebody gives you a ticket to Sting's last match, you're going to say no?
Depends on
again.
But I'm different than most people, so I'm not a good example. I'm not a good barometer.
I'm going to Greensboro Coliseum, North Kakalaka.
Zack Sabre Jr. The Bruiser Brody Award, Best Brawler, went to Adam Page, Hangman Adam Page.
That should be enough to resurrect Bruiser Brody to come back and kick his ass.
Wow, that's brutal.
Fuck?
Best Flying Wrestler, Will Ospreay. Most overrated, Nia Jax. Which I thought she's improved tremendously. I'm surprised she's
improved. She's improved. I mean, she's still got work to do, but she's improved.
Most underrated, Takashita. Whatever. Rookie of the year. This is what we were trying to get to. Javon Evans came in first. Jada Parker came in second, which I was kind of surprised. I didn't know people were that high on her, but she
has good matches. You just got to keep away from the gimmick matches because she sucks on them.
Yeah, you gotta keep her and Lola Vice away from each other.
Yeah, stop with the gimmick matches because they're no good.
Yeah, Bozilla came in third, which is crazy. You think she would?
That's sacrilege.
I want to ask y'all. Number 4, I've never heard of this person. It says Zozaya. Who the fuck is Zozaya?
Who?
Zozaya. Zozaya.
That sounds like a heart medication. I'll take Zozaya.
Today, Zozaya.
Yeah.
I never heard of them. Never
Side
heard of
effects include.
I Google that name and no wrestlers come up for the first 3 rows of photos.
Oh wow.
Zozaya?
The top Spanish prospect since A-Kid.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I don't know them.
Made his surprise debut at Noah at the New Year.
People are very big into Noah, it seems, in these awards. Number 5 is Ulka Sasaki. I don't know who that is either. Ulka, or I don't know how you say this. Sasaki.
How do you spell it?
ULKEA and then SASAKI.
Jesus
I never
Christ.
heard of that person.
And he looks like he weighs about 120 pounds.
No wonder they like him.
Wait a minute. Did he fight in the UFC too?
Could be. I have no idea.
Huh.
Number 6 and 7 and 8, I know. Number 6 is Rana Yagami from Stardom. I like her a lot. But maybe not so much about the wrestling. Number 7, Sayaka Kurara. She's also from Stardom. And number 8 is Zilla Fatu, who's part of that whole Samoan dynasty. And number 9 was Persephone. I don't know. I don't know who that is. So it don't matter.
No, go ahead.
I'll come back.
Nope, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So Zeus, I got a scenario for you.
You know, I mean, all the year-end awards, have been shattered for me ever since, they told us that they were faked even in Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Yeah. I used to buy that award magazines. I used to look forward to it every year.
Yeah.
I would treasure that award issue. Treasure it.
Yeah, it was always the top one to find.
Yeah. And then I read that thing from cover to cover 9 billion times. I remember reading every year. I would sit there just reading. Who's this person? Who's that person? And that was pre-internet days. So you're like scrambling for information.
Do you remember like in the late 90s when they would print fans unofficial awards?
Yeah.
They'd have people come up with smart ass stuff like Pimp of the Year and weird silly ass shit like that. That was fun.
But that PWI 500 is where I found out about wrestlers I never knew. Like I found out about Scott D'Amore.
Yeah,
I found out about Samoa Joe.
The 500 was different than the year end.
Yeah. True.
They didn't start doing the 500 until like 97.
Yeah.
The year end awards started in like 70.
Earlier. Yeah. I used to love that shit, man.
I believe the Freebirds won tag team of the year like in 78 or whatever.
That's a good trivia question. Who was the first tag team winner? Freebirds. Yeah.
Okay, no, so they started in 72 with some of the awards. PWI had started in 72 for Wrestler of the Year. They did briefly have Women of the Year for a few years, and then they abandoned it until 2000. Tag Team of the Year started right away. And I was not correct about the Freebirds being Tag Team of the Year for the first year.
So who was it?
Take a guess. All right, so let me give you some hints. 1972.
Well, yeah. Okay.
1972. One of the classic babyface teams of the AWA.
Okay.
So one of the guys is just a 2-word name, okay? And they parodied him in a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
The Crusher.
Right.
And
his favorite tag team partner.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. The fucking Crusher and oh my God, Zeus, what's his name?
Dick the Bruiser.
Dick the Bruiser. There you go. Yeah. Thank you. That's a good hint.
Crusher.
Yeah, Bruiser and the Crusher. There you go. Dick the Bruiser. Yeah. Dick the Bruiser was awesome.
I think they were heels, even though in some of those earlier years. I think they didn't become faces until toward the end of their career. I think.
Did they? This was late in the career, but did they feud with Bockwinkel and Stevens in the AWA?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah, and that was still in the 70s, I think.
Okay. Ray the Crippler Stevens.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that there's not a lot of photos floating around. He was not a photogenic looking dude, especially as he got older. You just don't see photos of him. I mean, he was still active,
Yeah.
in the 80s when, even like past his prime and everything, but you just don't see a lot of photos. He just wasn't in like a photogenic kind of a guy.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt y'all, but
No.
I'm gonna be gone for a while. I'm gonna be gone for a
Okay.
long while, so y'all just
Okay.
keep in talking. Okay.
Okay, Pedro, do your thing. I remember watching Crippler. I mean, if memory serves, and I got them sometime
Yeah.
because sometimes I think he was the first person ever to do a pile driver.
Huh.
I
Okay.
was like, whoa, look at that. And then everybody else was there. And I saw everybody else do it.
So the Crusher and Dick the Bruiser won their first AWA tag team title in 1963.
Mm.
And they were four-time
Who was the other top babyface team in the 70s in the AWA?
I don't know. Bockwinkel and Stevens were around there a lot.
They were heels, right?
Oh yeah. Let's see. Larry Henning and Harley Race were the tag team. I think they were also heels. Because remember, they had that pretty boy blonde look going on.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really funny because they were both like rugged, manly men trying to act like.
And didn't Larry the Axe didn't really turn babyface until he started getting Kurt Hennig involved?
Probably, yeah. You snot-nosed kid.
Because he was always a heel, wasn't he? Yeah.
I don't know if he was always a heel, but but
speaking of heels, I like that interview that you posted with Flair talking about fucking Rodney Garvin.
Yeah.
That was all right.
Yeah, he talking Big Boss Man. Hey, he beat the hell out of me tonight. He's like, welcome to the club, pal. He beats my ass every fucking night.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was.
Mm-hmm. That was good. That was good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Larry Henning didn't pass away until 2018.
Yeah, he was around for a while. Yeah, look at that.
Outlived Kurt.
Yeah, well, that's sad.
So Larry Henning was AWA World Tag Team Champion 3 times with Harley Race and once with Duke Hoffman.
Who the hell is Duke Hoffman?
I don't know.
Okay.
Then the Larry and Kurt won the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Championship once. So.
Well, I know the tag team in the '80s took a nosedive because as soon as you have Rock and Roll Buck Zumhoff in there, you knew it was sucking.
Yeah, there was some. I mean, everybody ends up with some bad hires, but few people got more hype than that useless fucking guy.
Yeah, that guy, he was horrible.
Yeah,
I think
he
Greg
really
Gagne
wasn't
weighed
even.
more than he did.
He wasn't even really good at his gimmick.
Nah, it wasn't. It sucked.
And which is as weak as that was. Everybody was a rock and roll something in the 80s.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
It's a shame because the AWA has some really good wrestlers. I would have loved to see Bachwick go to fucking NWA and to challenge for that on TV, not in those dark matches. Like have a real angle built up.
yeah, I mean, but at the same time, some angles were over and done with, but revisited later. That was I always felt
Yeah.
like that was one of the the great things is like it's like well, uh, you know like just say for instance somebody was um somebody had been wrestling somebody else and they ended up kind of respecting him out of it and but then somebody else jumps them and then the it's like hey man we got history but we can put aside our differences to kick these guys asses and then go
Yeah.
back to
Yeah.
beating the shit out of each other.
Didn't they do a little bit
Just
with
like
that
when
with Bachwickle and Backlund?
do what now?
Remember when they had that series of matches? Didn't they do something like that with Bachwickle and Backlund?
I think they might have had a match, like one of those AWA versus WWF matches.
Yeah, they would come together and fight, and then they'll talk their shit, and then they'll go their separate ways, and like 6 months later, here we go again. You know,
Yeah,
but
it was.
all of that shit was never televised.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's everybody argued about the who gets what and whatever, and I think they
Yeah,
just kind of built it up as a live gate. And there's also the fear. There's the fear that somebody swerves somebody and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
or an accidental thing happens, and then the next thing you know, you got fucking. I mean, if Harley Race had won the WWF title as the NWA World Champion, that would have set the fucking wrestling world on its end.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you're right about the live gate. Yeah, because it was just set up as live. Yeah, because I remember reading a lot of those results, and they always led to like 30-minute time limit draw, 60-minute time limit draw, double disqualification, double
Double
count out.
count out, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
really?
because that way everybody got to save face and uh, everybody got to save face and look good and all that shit.
Yeah.
Which in hindsight, from because you're still talking like late '70s, early '80s,
Hmm.
before Vince really takes over and starts to be able to actualize the vision of WrestleMania, which doesn't start till '85. And
Hmm.
so, but as soon as Hulkamania took hold, I mean, he slowly, made WWE, a company unto itself. It didn't need anybody else. That they started making their own wrestling magazines. They started
Yeah.
excluding the other wrestling magazines from from being able to interview guys and photograph WWF guys and WWF people were still winning PWI awards.
Yeah.
They didn't exclude WWF people from winning any award, but they weren't allowed to reciprocate. They weren't allowed to it took a while. I remember there was like I think it was 97 or 98, probably 98. Remember when DX was Hunter, China, the Outlaws, and X Pac.
X-Pac, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that would have been after he got released by
Yeah, after Sean
WCW.
lost to Austin, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember they did a photo shoot that ended up being on the cover of the Wrestler magazine, which was one of the after mags, and
Aftermaths,
then
yeah.
and it was like the whole group of them. It was really shocking because it was like that was probably like the first big WWF wrestler photo shoot that an outside magazine had gotten in a long time, and I know they used some of those same photos for other magazines too, for that in the family for PWI and stuff like that. So
Actually, I miss the Aftermaths. I used to get them all. Inside Wrestling, The Wrestler, all that
mm-hmm.
stuff.
Yep. There was at any given time there was like five
Yeah.
good ones from them, and then the George Napolitano
Yep.
magazines were. It's funny because the PWI magazines were more. They had more pulp pages. They had more newsprint pages with articles on them and black and white photos, and they had some great color, of course. But the Napolitano magazines, they had a lot better or a lot more vivid photographs.
Yeah.
You know, and of course
Did you
there
ever
was
get into
always
WoW? The WoW, because I remember reading the WoW magazines, and they were revolutionary at the time because they were printed high quality, that fucking high quality painted paper like that, and everything popped from the page, and it was expensive. It was like $7 for a magazine, but it was thick, and they had all these quote unquote exclusive interviews and exclusive pictures, and I don't know who put it out though. I don't know who was
well
put out by
that was the
WoW
thing.
magazine,
It was a whole new publication,
right?
and it was real cutting edge, and they had stuff in it, and it was the same people who made the ECW magazine.
Ah, okay.
Right?
Okay.
It all came out at the same time,
Right.
and so it at the first ECWI show I went to in Concord, the girl that was the photographer there, she was a cute blonde girl. I don't know what her name was, but she took a ton of photographs from that event that ended up in the very first ECW magazine.
Nice.
Right? And then one of the guys who was on the front row of that event, he ended up doing some interviews, some phone interviews with wrestlers. I saw him again at another show, and I was, that's when he told me, he's like, yeah, he's like, they let me interview Sable, and he's like, she's just a total bitch. He's like, I don't even know why she did the interview. He's like, she didn't want to answer questions. She gave the shortest answer possible. It was fucking terrible. And but yeah, they they had some heavy stock covers, like some heavy thick ass glossy
Yeah. Yeah.
paper with
Even the print looked real nice. Everything was like fantastic.
yeah.
I had a
So
few of those ECW magazines. I
yeah,
had a few of those. Yeah.
I remember getting most of the ones I could put my hands on.
Hmm.
Um,
I had a few of those. I had a few of the WoW ones. Yeah. I was like, oh, this shit is fucking hot.
yeah, and you remember Bill Apter left. He left Pro Wrestling Illustrated to go to WoW.
Right.
And that was a huge deal. And then WoW went bankrupt. and PWI like absorbed them like a promotion in wrestling. They like combined together for like one issue, and then WoW was gone.
That was it. See ya.
Yep.
Brutal.
It was
brutal. I remember those stuff. It was good stuff. Those good magazines.
Yeah, I mean, it was also good that people were able to get more coverage, and we were still just on the we were still just in the part where the internet's really not in full swing.
Yeah.
It might take you. It's like new pictures of Francine. Well, it takes 3 minutes to fucking for it to download for you to look at.
I remember trying to get a picture of a belt. It was a big 10 pounds of gold.
Uh-huh.
And like I found it on the internet, and it took forever to download. I'm like, all I want to do is read the side plates. It took forever. Took forever. Those were the days. Hey Zeus, can you check how many people SmackDown had last night? It was in DC.
Yeah.
It was packed. I'm going to say about 12, 13.
Let's look up WrestleTix. WrestleTix is my go-to account for
NXT Vengeance Day's in DC tonight too, so
it's sold out, but it's not a big venue.
Right. It's small. Right?
3,879 tickets.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the SmackDown last night? I'm going to say 12, 13. Pedro, you okay?
Blah.
Yeah, okay. Hang in there, buddy.
I'm finished with it.
Just talk wrestling.
Talk wrestling.
Talk wrestling. We're not talking about everything's going to...
Just New Japan Resurgence that's coming up in Ontario.
Oh wow.
I may be able to go to that. I don't know.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you get to Canada? Like, don't you need a passport? Do you have a passport or?
I can if I just take my my Social Security card to the driver's license office, I can get a federal thing that allows you to travel. But for this event, current setup is 3,721 seats. They have sold 499 tickets so far.
So you can get a check?
I don't think that's going to be a problem. So last night, SmackDown from Capital One Arena was nearly sold out. 12,456.
Yeah, I was going to say it looked packed. Yeah, I was going to say it looked packed.
Yeah,
looked packed.
That's pretty packed.
Did y'all talk about the title change from New Japan yet, or?
No, we didn't talk about Gumby losing.
We briefly said it was weird. That's it.
Yeah,
Zeus made the point. I mean, Pedro, I don't know if you agree, but Zeus made the point that it could be done just to fill that show in England.
Yeah, the rumor I hear is the title switch happened so they can have Zack Sabre Jr. win it in England. But I watched the match because I found it somewhere. Wink, 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 somewhere.
Yeah,
is it good?
No, but that's. I mean, it doesn't matter if a match is good or not. But no, it was not a good match. It was very sloppy match in my opinion. I saw a lot of people praising the match, but I think And James, you may want to avoid hearing this for a minute. I'm not trying to beat up on James here, but Zeus, you know how like when James overrates movies or TV or wrestling wrestlers because he's invested in them, but they're not good. So it's a lot like that. I think people were very.
Damn, Pedro.
I think people were very like invested in. Got invested in the because the crowd was so molten in this match. Crowd was so hot for this match. I think people got invested in that when they watched it, and that caused them to overrate what they're seeing. But this is a common phenomenon we've seen for a while. But so yeah, the match is nothing. It's a bunch of sloppy. Goto looked like he was getting real blown up about halfway in, which I mean he's like what 45 or something. He's
not a young guy anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's bullshit. That's bullshit. He's just been lazy. He's been in tag team matches for most of the last 2 or 3 years. He hasn't had a good fucking singles run, has he?
What was his last singles run?
Well, apparently
he was open weight, right?
Oh yeah, I think so. He has. I think he had the Intercontinental title once upon a time.
Okay.
He may have had the open weight as well. The never open weight. He might have had that as well. But from my understanding, last year during the G1, he was dedicating the tournament to his dad, so a lot of people got into it because of that. But we weren't really following, right? So I wasn't aware of that whole storyline. But the crowd was so hot for this. They wanted it so badly, which really shocked me because I'm like, for Goto? But that crowd really, really wanted him to win that title. And when he won, I mean, they were just going nuts. But like that ending sequence is like so sloppy. It's like he just looks like he's barely able to stand up. Like he's so tired.
I thought New Japan didn't like playing hot potato with that belt.
What are you talking about? Zeus was telling us just earlier about the tag team titles. They've been playing hot potatoes with belts like
no. The tag team titles is one thing, but the heavyweight title.
Yeah, they've been playing hot potato with that for a long time.
Yeah.
Like look at the past few years. They had a pattern where like someone wins it at the Tokyo Dome, then someone wins New Japan Cup, then they win the title. Then the person either wins it back over the summer or whatever, or they wait till Wrestle Kingdom again. But yeah,
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, they've had that pattern for a while.
Yeah, like when Naito won it again, and then lost it to Evil, and then won it right back at that baseball stadium show. So here's a rundown of Goto's accomplishments in New Japan. So
I'll be right back.
2005 World Tag League 2021, 22, and 23. World Tag League 2014 with Shibata. World Tag League 2012 with Carl Anderson. New Japan Cup 2009, 2010, 2012.
Wow, 3 times.
Yeah.
I didn't know he won it 3 times. I don't remember.
2008. So the New Japan Strong open weight tag team title once. The 6-man tag title twice with Yoshihashi and Ishii, and then once with Yoshihashi and Yo. Never open weight 5 times.
Jesus, 5 times.
Yep. Tag team title 4 times with Yoshihashi, once with Shibata. I would say that one reign with Shibata outweighs the last 4. Junior heavyweight tag team title once with Minoru. Intercontinental title twice.
Okay.
So he's about as decorated as most of the really big names.
That's actually funny. Outweighs the one with the Yo.
Yeah.
He sounds very decorated. Well, he's been doing this for a while already, so it's not like,
And he was in Kamen Rider 01, the movie, real time as Boga, a computer avatar and one of the users of the Kamen Rider Abaddon powers.
Which Kamen Rider was this?
Kamen Rider 01, the movie.
Oh, okay, the movie. Okay, the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brutal.
01 is interesting, but
I don't, I don't mind Gumby as champ. Doesn't bother me. Goto, I don't know. I mean, everybody's for it, I guess, but I don't know. It hasn't hit me yet.
I think when I saw the result on paper, I didn't understand it. I was like, "What?" But when I watched the match and I saw how the crowd was so like hungry for it, like it made me think either they really want the Japanese audience really wants a native person to hold the belt, like they're. That was one impression I got was they really want a native person, or they really are into Goto, which I was shocked the fuck out of me. But I mean, we haven't really been watching, right? Like we haven't been
Right.
watching like
Yeah.
we used to.
Yeah.
So
No. It's
I don't-
painful to watch now.
yeah, I don't know what to say about it.
My coworker David is considering getting New Japan World. His he was watching YouTube stuff of New Japan, and his son seems to like it too. So he may start ponying up.
Old New Japan or New Japan? I mean, current New Japan sucks. So it's got to be watching YouTube.
Yeah, but he
old
doesn't
stuff.
know any better. So
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and he's already been able to. This is a non-wrestling fan.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Historically non-wrestling fan, and he's already been able to tell from his son watching Raw some that there's still better than that.
Right.
And when you're new, there's it's kind of a more level playing field, and you're going to kind of gravitate to whatever you like more because you don't have any long historical emotional attachment to anybody,
right.
or any company.
No, it makes sense. Well, speaking of Raw, I had a scenario for both of you guys.
Huh?
Okay.
He's got a scenario for us.
Oh,
As long as it doesn't involve
Speaking
a
of
cage or
Raw.
a little puppet, I'm okay.
I thought you were I thought you were telling me the name of the newest wrestler from NXT.
Scenario.
No, shut up. Speaking of Raw, I have a new scenario. I have a scenario for you guys. All right, tell me what you think. Jay Uso gets quote unquote jumped and gets injured. He can't make WrestleMania. John Cena takes his place and beats Gunther.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think they're going to take that away from Uso.
Right.
I don't think they're going to take that away from him, even though he's not incredibly, he's over and he's also hated. I've seen.
Right.
But
well, he's this year's Kofi Mania. He's this year's he's this year's Yes Movement. So
what?
I mean, and I mean, he's real popular with the sing along with the champ crowd.
Yes.
So right.
Yeah.
What I see is like going into Royal Rumble, his entrance super over, right? Like people love to do his entrance. Ever since that France show last year, people are addicted to doing his entrance. And then they had him win the Rumble, which was surprising because there are so many other storylines and candidates that seem obvious to us, right?
Yeah.
There's so many other directions that we're like, wait, why are they going this way? Like it didn't seem to make sense. But since he won the Rumble, ever since winning the Rumble, he is getting the largest reactions in the entire company. Like no one is getting the reactions he's getting now. And the angle they did on Monday.
So do you think they stay with it, Pedro?
Yeah, because
you think they stay with it?
Look at the angle they did on Monday with him and Gunther. People are now
right.
And this is a match we've seen like 3 or 4 times already.
Yeah.
And people now they want to see it like it's a whole brand new match. So they've sold everyone on it. They're not steering away from that. And I believe he's probably going to win the title at WrestleMania.
I was going to ask you, do you think they pull the trigger?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the belt that doesn't mean as much.
Right.
I've seen
So that means
people try to argue, oh, it means exactly the same as the other one. It doesn't. The other one is the other one has the lineage of the WWF Championship. It's the real title. Like it just means more. Like
Triple H gave Cody the winged eagle, for Christ's sake, because it's part of that belt. Hello.
Yeah, and I mean it's it's like the WCW International Heavyweight Title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to mean as much, but it just doesn't.
It doesn't. So that means so do you put so that means who wins Elimination Chamber, and then who's going to face Cody? Who's going to face Cody at WrestleMania? Do you do Cena Cody? Do you do Punk Cody, or do you do traditional babyface heel?
I think
like Drew McIntyre.
From the Royal Rumble, they seem to be setting up Punk, Seth, and Roman for a 3-way.
Right.
That's what the impression I got. I mean, I don't know why else they would have leaned into it as hard as they did in that segment, that little angle that they did, unless they were going that way. Something is going to cost Seth and Punk the chamber. It's probably going to be Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is probably going to cost them winning the Elimination Chamber. And then John Cena will maybe win, because John Cena's retiring at WrestleMania. So and he's already established this thing like, I'm going for the record, blah, 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 blah. So he has to have that match, and he's got to lose, in my opinion. If it's against Cody, Cody's probably going to win, which I think works out. If Cody retains at WrestleMania and then drops it over the summer, I think it works out. But
he drops it to Dom.
No, that's just me joking around. I would love that.
I know, it was so funny. It was so funny. I couldn't help that. Yeah.
Man,
that was good, Pedro. That was good.
But if Dominic were to win the belt, especially in some dastardly
Money in the Bank
cheap way,
Money in the Bank,
Cody Rhodes, that will give him so much more heat than he's ever imagined.
Oh my God! What? That man don't need security to leave the building.
That would be great. I would love that. I would love nothing more than that. Him have he's still with Liv Morgan, right?
Yes. So
yeah, him and Liv and the world title. Holy shit! They would be so hated. It'd be glorious.
It would
be glorious. It'd be so much fucking heat to people tuning in just for fucking anybody to see him get his ass beat.
And I mean, he doesn't have to hold it for that long. Like,
it could be a hot potato.
Yeah, look, you have him win it. Like, I don't know when Money in the Bank is, but you have him win the Money in the Bank. Then you have him cash it in soon afterwards, and then he loses. He drops it at SummerSlam to somebody, whoever it is.
Jesus Christ, that shit going on for a year.
I would make him cheat his fucking ass off.
Yeah,
right, to keep the belt. Right,
Everybody hate him for winning it in the first fucking place, and so mad that nobody, and like have him just be so clearly beaten so many fucking times and weasels his way out of it. And then it would be such a huge deal and a great fucking payoff at something like WrestleMania for him to finally lose it.
Yeah.
Who would he lose it to?
Fuck, it wouldn't matter by that time. People be so mad and fucking ready for him to lose. He could lose it to LA fucking Knight.
Or he could lose it to Penta. No, I'm joking.
Oh my God! Imagine. Oh.
Hey, did you talk about Penta, James?
No. I was waiting till you got back. I was waiting till you got back.
Did you see the little video thing from Monday? On Raw, they did this little video thing where he's talking about Pete Dunne and Kaiser Ludwig or whatever, and they've got like fire around him, and he's ranting and all this stuff, and it was almost like a little Lucha Underground kind of.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like a Lucha Underground vignette. We were like, wait a minute, this looks familiar.
Yeah, I was like,
I showed my coworker the that video of the highlight video that I've always loved of Penta in Lucha Underground, that night drive video by the IQ highlight guy. And I said this is way back. This was way back before Penta got lazy.
Yeah, you can't be lazy now though. You can't. They won't tolerate that shit here.
Well, plus he's not stuck in a fucking tag team that should not have lasted as long as it did.
Yeah, that's true. I like what they're doing with the bloodline, because now it's fracturing even more. Because it looks like because let me tell you something. Jacob Fatu was more over. He was just as over as Cody Rhodes was last night.
Oh, really?
They were chanting. He was speaking. He was cutting a promo on Rhodes, and the whole crowd is going Fatu, Fatu, Fatu.
Wow.
He's over, and then he got in Solo Sikoa's face, and the crowd really went nuts because he turns on Sikoa, it's a wrap. He's gonna be babyface of the year because they love him.
They've protected him a lot in terms of like he hasn't really had like clean losses, and he's always unstoppable. He's always unstoppable, right? I mean, it takes so much.
He lost a qualifying match last night to go in an elimination chamber. Now, that's the one match I did see last night on SmackDown. Damian Priest won. He pinned Braun Strowman, and the crowd was upset because they wanted Fatu to win. Because during that match, the whole crowd was chanting Fatu.
A question, James. To me, it feels like Damian Priest has lost a lot of overness not being involved with the Judgment Day.
I totally agree 100%.
People were way into that story, and
I think his time was there. It came. It got taken advantage of. They put the B belt on him, and now it's done. That's it. Next, that's it. I mean, you want to call him an upper tier, a mid Carter? Okay, fine. But I think that's it. And I like Damian Priest, but I think that's as far as he can go. But I absolutely agree. He wasn't as interesting unless he had the Judgment Day, whether he was with them or fighting them.
I mean, in comparison, like if you compare it to Rhea Ripley, she's still super, super over.
Well, yeah, Rhea Ripley's I think the only two people more over than Rhea Ripley is Punk and Rhodes.
Well, and Uso's like the most over at the moment. Yeah. I don't know how long that'll last. But at the moment, yeah.
Now, there's something I wanted to get into real quick. So last night, Tiffany Stratton had a title match against Nia Jax. The match was what it was. Okay. Although Nia Jax has improved, when these two are putting the matches together, I mean, you got to be realistic. I mean, you can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna do a sunset flip," and you counter it. You can't do a sunset flip with Nia Jax. Stop.
Well,
they were trying to do.
She should.
Tiffany Stratton. Zeus.
Anybody that does it.
Zeus. Tiffany Stratton tried to do a fucking spine buster on Nia Jax twice. Twice, not once, but twice.
But Nia can't get up. That's
Little McFly, exactly.
Yeah, so, like she can't. She doesn't have much leaping power. Is what you're getting at,
right?
Yeah.
I understand they're trying new stuff with Nia. I get it. I get that. But there's something you should say. You know what? That's not a good idea. Just leave it alone. Anyway, so the match was what it was. right? Everybody gets. Here comes Candice LeRae, fucking disqualification. You got Candice LeRae, and for Nia Jax to beat the shit out of Tiffany Stratton. In comes Trish Stratus, who was in the crowd. She beats the shit out of Candice LeRae. Now, we're going to have a tag team match at Elimination Chamber. Only because it's in Toronto. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about is fucking Tiffany Stratton lying in the middle of the ring. Just the shit beat out of her. Right? The Nia Jax annihilator. In comes Charlotte Flair. She sits there. She grabs the chair. There's a folding chair in the ring. She grabs it, sits on the chair, and looks at Tiffany Stratton and goes, I choose you. I see you at WrestleMania, and leaves. Now, I know this is the match that everybody wants in WWE. The original versus the new Charlotte Flair. I get it. Everybody wants to see Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair needs to start putting over this young talent. I know, Pedro, it's about the number. I get it. I know it's about the legacy that she has, the Flair name. I get it. But, and she signed the new deal. But you got to put, Tiffany Stratton needs to get put over. Do not put the title on Charlotte Flair just for argument's sake because she's Charlotte Flair.
They are
and they try to make her a baby face, and they try to make her a baby face, and it didn't work. It lasted half an episode.
James, they are putting the belt on Charlotte Flair.
I know they are. I know they are.
But the sooner you accept this, the better.
No, I know they are, Pedro. I know they are, but they shouldn't. They shouldn't.
Look, years ago,
they're placating it.
Years ago, I was saying, that she was sort of, at the time it seemed she was the less of the four horsewomen in terms of talent, in my opinion. But I don't think that's true so much now. I think we know who the least of the four horsewomen is now.
Uh-huh.
Without a doubt, we know who that is, and it's not Charlotte Flair.
She's the before and after head.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
But the thing with Charlotte, she had the guaranteed push of the four of them, right? Because of her name, and it's never going away. Because it's just never going away. It didn't matter if Vince was in charge or Triple H is in charge. Both of them have a hard-on for the Flair name and the Flair legacy, and it's never going away.
Fine, Pedro, fine.
Get the push.
But her father her father got the big push, but her father knew when to put people over. Her father made Sting, for Christ's sake. Put him over.
Different situation.
You don't think Tiffany? You don't think Daddy's telling her? I say, listen, that's a young talent that needs to get put over. Put her over.
No.
No?
James, Ric Flair is like talking smoke up her ass, being like, you're the best. You're the greatest of all time. You deserve this. You should always
yeah. That's true, too.
He's probably him. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, but Flair put a lot of young people over.
But that was different business model. Different business model. Right. Different just whole set of things. I mean, it just was different.
Yeah. I know Charlotte's gonna win. I don't want her to.
Right. Well, yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. I think Tiffany Stratton is the future, and leave the belt on her because it's working. It's working.
It's hard.
Why are you gonna fuck with something?
Take it off though.
Why? Because it is working.
No.
That's why you take it off
to get her to win it back again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, you could do that.
Look, she loses at WrestleMania, she wins it back at SummerSlam, something like that. Like, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Keep in mind, one of the problems the WWE has is they have such a deep roster, right? They've got to move people and find time for this or that. So, like, Tiffy's having her little run right now. And Charlotte's about to have a run. Who knows how long it may be? Because Charlotte's had short runs before, so it's not like because she's a little injury prone herself, and then
Yeah.
she's also a little plastic surgery addicted. So who knows what could get her off TV?
I mean, I first saw on TV. I thought it was Charlotte Flair's stunt double. Like, oh, look at this.
I mean, you may recall the WrestleMania where the second time she faced Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, the one where she dropped the belt to Rhea Ripley. I was saying she looked like a drag queen because she did. She looked like the way they did her makeup. They made her look like she was Hedwig in the Angry Inch. So I don't know if y'all are familiar with that musical.
I have no idea what they're referring.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Pedro. Yeah.
You know the musical, James? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what she looked like. If you compare them, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's Hedwig in the Angry Inch." So I mean, her who knows with her look, but poor girl. I feel bad for her. But,
and you got people coming up to that main roster. You got Roxanne Perez. You got this person, that person. I mean, something's got to give here. You know?
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. They're going to have to find time for all these people, right? So. You're saying Tiffany is the future, and I'm saying, but they've got so many people who have the future like label on them. It's like it's going to be real crowded, and in that whole crowded mess, you've got Rhea Ripley and you've got Bianca Belair, like because they're not the past yet; they're still the present.
No.
So I don't know what you do. I mean, I just don't know.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I just don't want. I've Charlotte Flair's getting to that Rey Mysterio point for me. I've seen the best of Charlotte Flair.
38.
I know, but it's like, we've seen the best of Charlotte Flair already. That's it.
You've seen the best of my life.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. That's it. You're done. You're over.
You're done.
Get off the stage.
Not only that, but WWE's not going to let them do all the shit that they used to do anyway because they don't want them hurt. Look what they're doing to Julia. Don't do this. Don't do that because you can tell she doesn't. She pauses in the ring. She's not very fluid in the ring because I think it's in the back of the head. I can't do this. I can't do that.
Well, now Julia had a lot of bad habits, and I said this for years. If you guys went back, you see, I've said, but way before she was ever in the WWE, I said she has a ton of bad habits.
Yeah.
So,
but Pedro, you made the good point. You made the good point in saying that they're protecting her because of her neck.
Well, no, I said I didn't say they were protecting her because of her neck. I said she's broken her neck once already.
Right.
So when you break your neck, your shelf life shortens, doesn't it? In wrestling, it seems to.
No.
Like,
unless you sting. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, so many people. You can. I really don't know.
It's just
But here's something to remember too, James. Ric Flair didn't start really getting into that helping put over guys until he was in Evolution. What was that, 2008?
Yeah, he was already 50 years old. I get it. Yeah.
No, he was like 60.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, to be fair, James' point is that he put over people throughout his career, but the business model.
Yeah, I mean, he made Sting. Come on.
Because we're saying he put over people, but it was more like he dropped the belt to win it back. Shortly thereafter, a lot of those cases, it's not quite the same. I mean, he made a lot of people. I mean, we're saying he made Sting. Didn't he kind of also make Lex Luger? Didn't he kind of also make Barry Windham?
Yeah.
Didn't he just by working with him?
I mean, I don't know.
Well, here's what I want.
You know what it is? I think the WWE honestly does not need Charlotte. They have such a deep women's roster. They don't need her.
Right, but you do have to remember that Hunter is in charge, and he is a talent hoarder, and he's not going to let her go.
Yeah,
easily.
I know.
And Hunter
Fair
had
enough.
the hard on for the flares, for
Yeah.
Ric Flair. So
Damn.
I said it earlier. Him and Vince both had a thing for the Flair thing.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys something. Did y'all see the latest New Japan collection draft?
I tried it. So far, I'm 0 for 3. Sucks.
It's like movie cards. There's a Desperado
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was shooting for. 0 for 3, though.
Do you want me to try it? I have 107.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Because
Go for it.
we've learned that movie cards are the best currency.
They're the best cards?
They're the best currency.
Oh, the best currency. Okay.
Yeah, we've all been able to trade crappy ones for good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens.
Come on,
I'm 0 for 3. I was shooting for that Despy. I didn't even come close.
Oh, there's a gold.
Oh, you whore! You do it one time and boom.
You are.
Okay.
James, they hold me so much.
Hey,
I mean,
Pedro's way overdue.
Yeah.
let's hope it's the Despy card. Let's hope it's the Despy card and not like some other person we don't want.
Last time for Shazam. No.
Okay, here we
Okay,
go.
let's see.
Oh, here we go.
Let's see.
Despy.
What is it? I
Tanahashi?
honestly, oh shit, Tanahashi, but he can barely move in this. Well, he can barely move at all. Oh no.
Oh, take to go.
Oh, this card sucks, but I mean, it's awesome.
Oh god, he got rescued by Yoshihashi.
Oh Lord! Look at Tanahashi move.
That's so
Jesus
terrible.
Christ! That's my God.
This is such a long, video card.
Evil's like, yeah, I'm just gonna roll you out of the ring.
President Tanahashi's
President Tanahashi. Oh my God! That alone's worth it because it says President Tanahashi.
Do you want me to try again, or
yeah, try one more. What the hell?
What was it?
Ride the momentum. Go.
Okay. We'll
Yeah, go for it.
Strike while the iron is hot.
Mm-hmm.
4-star, 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 4-star.
Oh, another gold!
Oh my God!
Holy
you know what? That's it. I quit.
Holy shit!
I refuse. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Bad luck, Fale.
None of these are going to Shazam.
Pedro, it's half the damn thing.
You don't think any of them are going to Shazam?
No.
I guess not. Okay. It's half the damn thing.
This is like, what are you waiting for? Christmas?
Okay. Hey, come on. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go. Come on.
Despy. What is this? I have no idea. No, it's fucking evil. Who is this? What is this? Is this evil?
Oh man, what's up with that camera work?
Oh, it's
Hiromu.
The ringside guy.
Yeah, Hiromu.
No, it's Hiromu in the referee shirt. These are some shitty video cards. Saying. But we can
Shingo.
maybe. Well, yeah.
There you go, Shingo.
But maybe we can. Maybe we can convert these to Despy. Hopefully. So hey, that's pretty cool.
You got President Tanahashi and a Hiromu.
2 video cards. Oh look, I got trades already. I got trades
look
already.
At this.
Let's see.
Ride the train, Pedro. Ride the train.
But the trades aren't even for those cards. Someone wants my Soberano Jr. I have 2 of those, but they want to give me a Taguchi. I don't want Taguchi. I'm sorry, I'm declining.
Yeah, I don't blame
you. The other one, let's see. They want my one of my Kenta cards. They want to give me a Hiromu card, but I don't care for Hiromu, so I'm declining.
Yeah, but keep the Kenta because he's gone now. He's gone now. So
I have two of them, so anyway.
Okay.
Well, look, we got 2 video cards. Oh, look, let's get our Grand Slam on Echo Gate Studios into his house.
Ah,
Welcome.
B. Brian
Maybe we can
Bell.
send Brian to Australia.
You want to go to Australia? It's already happened.
There
But,
just to,
oh yeah, we didn't talk about the results.
Talk about the results.
Swim in the ocean.
Okay, well,
Shark attacks lately.
okay, let me know. Oh, damn, Zeus. Legit question: should we talk about the results? It might spoil.
Talk about the results. Spoil it for who?
I don't know.
AEW fans have known the results already because they're idiots. So go ahead.
What if G Lady wanders in and she's like,
Well, you know what? Oh well.
Oh well, okay.
Tough.
So they had AEW Grand Slam Australia for Collision. In Australia earlier, record 3rd largest gate ever for AEW. So let's see. In a tag team match, Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay defeated the Don Callis family of Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. So there's one match. Mercedes Moné defeated Harley Cameron. That's the puppet girl, right? In a TBS title match.
That's a Jim Henson chick, yeah.
In a Brisbane Brawl match. I don't know what a Brisbane Brawl match. I'm assuming it's just a no DQ thing.
Everybody drinks 4 Foster's cans, and then they have
no dang. The Death Riders, Cesaro and John Moxley defeated Cope and Jay White. So Jay White lost.
So hold on. Your world champion didn't even defend his title?
No, he was in a Brisbane Brawl match. And he defeated Cope and Jay White. And now, speaking of Cope, Zeus, I laughed for such a long time. That thing you showed us the other day, where he's holding he's holding that briefcase and looking out at the audience, and there's no one. It's just tarp. Yeah, that was hilarious. AEW Continental title. Kazuchika Okada defeated Buddy Matthews. And then in the main event, Toni Storm became, I don't know how many times, this might be her 4th time, the AEW Women's Champion when she defeated Mariah May in the main event. So Toni Storm is the Women's Champion yet again.
Yet again.
So that was that. Then they had a Ring of Honor stuff, but no one cares.
Pedro, do me a favor. Cleanse my palate and run down the NXT Vengeance Day card tonight.
Okay. Cleanse
please.
Is it just me, or is that a weird name?
Vengeance Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of
stupid. So
let's see. NXT Vengeance Day from the Care First Arena in Washington, D.C.
I would just call it NXT TakeOver Vengeance. That's what I would have did if you insisted on using Vengeance. Sorry. So
there's going to be a strap match between Trick Williams and Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe used to be
Carl Fredericks.
Carl Fredericks in New Japan. That's right.
Oh wow!
Fraxium.
That's great.
Yeah, Fraxium, which is Nathan Frazier and Axiom, defend the tag team titles against Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura, who's from Noah. Yoshiki Inamura is from Noah. Javon Evans versus Ethan Page in a singles match. Fallon Henley defends the NXT Women's North American title against Stephanie Vaquer. Julia defends the NXT Women's title against Bayley, Roxanne Perez, and Cora Jade in a fatal 4-way match. And then the main event is a triple threat match for the NXT title: Obafemi versus Austin Theory versus Grayson Waller. So there's your card.
That's the best main event you could come up with Obafemi. Oh, I was hoping they wouldn't do that. I was watching Tuesday. I was like, don't do that. Don't do that. And they did it.
Echo Gate Studio said Buddy Matthews kicked out of the Rainmaker, but the thing is,
He should be fired.
a gazillion people have kicked out of the Rainmaker for so like basically a decade. So that's not a new thing. There's nothing new there. How many Rainmakers does he have to hit to put anyone down? In his entire history, he has to hit like 7 of them before they like stay down.
Because it's just a clothesline.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not even a Stan
Short
Hansen
of
lariat.
clothesline.
So
I remember when the Rainmaker actually meant something. Hit the Rainmaker. Now it's like, look, it's a little beach.
but it kind of always has been in a way. He always had to hit a gazillion of them, James.
Yeah, I know.
Finisher
defending it.
killer is a part of modern wrestling. Like, it's just one of those things. It's one of those terrible things in modern wrestling. Which, speaking of modern wrestling, I saw one of the worst matches I've seen in a very long time this week. It was from January. It was from January 13th, I think. It was from a Stardom show. It was Athena defending the Ring of Honor women's title against Thekla. And
I still like Athena. I always thought she was good.
This match was shit. This match was so bad. And now I know that doesn't matter. Okay, I want everyone to understand I'm not delusional. I understand the match quality has no relevance anymore. I accept this. I was just struck by how bad this was. It was 15 minutes of these two women making the most like cheesiest, bad wooden acting, like faces and facial expressions and poses, and Athena was trying to hit every Joshi finisher like ever from the past. She did a pyramid driver like from Dynamite Kanzai and all this kind of shit. Like she was just pulling out everything to be like, I'm doing Joshi. She was hitting all the Joshi finishers from the past, and they were just doing all this like porn faces, like over the top like porn faces, like and also
the Mercedes Hornet effect.
It was really bad. I was cringing.
I used to like Athena. I always thought she was very capable in the ring. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
I don't know.
She used to have a great finish at NXT, man. Remember that finish, Pedro?
She still has that finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look so good anymore in my opinion, but it's
really?
Yeah. But that's probably more on the person taking it. I don't know. Yeah, that's every move. Like you were talking about the spine busters from Tiffy to Nia Jax. If the person can't jump up for it, it's not going to look good, right?
Right.
The magic trick won't work. It's like a choke slam. If the person can't jump up, then the choke slam ain't going to look good.
Speaking of choke slams, I know the height is almost similar, but Damian Priest choke slammed the shit out of fucking Braun Strowman. It's like, whoa.
Oh, really?
He got him up like that, but again, it was the magic trick,
Yeah, it's Braun Strowman going up for it. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting Strowman to sandbag Priest. How you gonna choke slam me, you ass?
Braun Strowman's probably happy just getting a paycheck.
I'm just waiting for Bronson Reed to come back.
But this NXT card, what match are you looking forward to the most, James?
Fallon Henley and Stephanie DeVacura. Because I like Fallon Henley. I do. I think she's come a long way. I didn't think she'd be an effective heel, but she's impressed me with her heel work. Very good as a heel. I don't want her to go back as a babyface. Of course, I like Stephanie DeVacura. But that match, I would have loved to see Oba, Femi, and Trick Williams again, but I guess we're going to get this shit with Grayson Waller and Theory. But I'm looking forward to that match and the women's Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
It should be interesting. The Fraxium tag team match is going to be good. Because they've had their matches have been getting really hot lately. really
Okay.
good. So
Here's a question: do they finally drop the belt so to set up their their match against each other, or
I think it's coming. I don't know if you want to drop. I mean, I don't know if you're going to drop it against Josh Briggs and the other guy, but it's long overdue. They're definitely drawing this shit out, you know, because they just defended it on Thursday in the TNA Impact, and from Cora J was on Impact again on Thursday. So you know, I think they want to set up the Hardy Boys and Faxium.
the
So
Hardy
you know,
Boys?
yeah, you
Are
heard
they
right.
coming back to? Oh,
I
because
don't
of
know if they.
TNA, because of TNA.
Mm-hmm,
I forgot about
mm-hmm.
that shit. Okay.
hmm I think I think they want to set that up. So I would assume that they drop the belt soon, and then they lose to the Hardys, and then that sets up the eventual turn. Oh, it's your fault you lost to the Hardys. You know what? Bang, 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 fight. So we'll
So,
see.
for anyone who wants to know what James is really into, it's Stephanie McClure.
I like her.
He wants
She's so over in that crowd. Really over. I'm like, wow.
the elimination cards on WWE Slam are funny because Asuka won't be there, but they've got cards of her. They've got cards of. I mean, look, Brutus the Barber Beefcake has an elimination chamber card. He's not going to be at the elimination chamber.
Brutus Beefcake.
I showed Zeus some of these last night. They got like Jesse Ventura.
Hey, Pedro, you brought up a good name. Oscar.
Which one?
Oscar.
Yes. What about her?
What do you do with her?
Oh wait, what are we talking about? I don't want to get in trouble.
Whoa. No. Easy, you savage.
There's been a whole. She's going through a whole real life thing with talking.
Don't end up on a most wanted list, okay? Easy, killer.
Yeah, well, no, what? But the reason is terrible. I made the joke. Apologies, but she because
I know it's just being
real life talking thing.
Yeah. But what do you do with her? I mean, you know, she's gonna come back eventually because she's still on the contract. So what do you do with her?
I don't know. You know? I mean, you just keep having her put people over. I mean, she's still Oscar. I mean, is she still at the top of the card?
No.
Look, the problem with Asuka, she has so much charisma. She's always going to get over with the crowd, right? She does it time and time again. She gets over with the fans. But she's up there in years. She's like, how old is she?
I'll find out.
She's in her 40s. I mean, she was born in 81. So, I mean,
that woman can move in that ring.
She can't move like she used to.
She's 43.
No, well, 43. Well, you know, she's got bad knee. And...
Yeah, I mean, she's her injuries have been piling up a lot lately. Mm-hmm. She's been out more than she's been in. So lately, I mean, you just keep her around and just have her appear, and people she gets a pop, and then she does whatever. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess the best use of her would just put her and Kyrie back together for the tag team because both of them are injury prone. So just keep them in the tag team stuff.
Let me ask you a question, Pedro. Do you think Io Shirai would be as big as Asuka is in WWE? Because she's over too, but not like Asuka.
None of them are going to be as over as Asuka because Asuka has more charisma. She just has more natural charisma. Like she had more ways to get over. This is before she was ever in the WWE. She already was like kind of a fully formed thing. She was already good at doing angles. She was already good at she could do different kind of matches. You know, you wanted comedy matches, you wanted submission style matches, you wanted this and this type matches. She could get over. She had ways to get over with multiple audiences, is what I'm saying. It wasn't like just they had a set routine. She could do multiple things. and she had all the charisma, and her look was a big part of why a lot of us knew she was going to the WWE eventually, because she was so like she was like, I don't want to say catering, but she was like making a look that would be appealing to the West, right? She's making a sexy look for herself that would be appealing to the West before she came to the WWE. So like everything about her was sort of geared towards making her career go bigger. The others are different. Like Io Shirai in Japan was super athletic, right? Super athletic, kind of a spot monkey. I like, in my opinion, she was kind of a spotty kind of wrestler. Just did a lot of athletic stuff. People were like, "Oh, she was the best wrestler in the world." I didn't think so. Like, because she was just a lot of spots and a lot of athleticism. She didn't have a ton of charisma. Kairi Hojo had much more character game than Io Shirai did.
Yeah.
She had much more character game to work with. She could tell more of a story, like not just in the ring, but more of a story as a character that people could follow what
They've been keeping her off TV.
Because she's injured, right?
Yeah. But you know what I
Julia's
wanted to
the
say
best
too?
that they have. Yeah.
You know what I want to say too? It goes to show you the depth of the women's division WWE, where Jade Cargill's not even missed as an attraction. She's not even missed.
Right. But I mean, you're saying about Io Shirai and so forth. Can they be on Asuka's level? I don't think so. I mean, Julia is the closest they're going to have to something like that, because she has a history of being good with the character stuff in Japan. And she's trying real hard to learn the English language, which even Kana didn't do, right? But she's never going to be Asuka, because she never had a chance to develop that way, right? She was in Ice Ribbon for like less than 2 years. She was barely, a competent wrestler at that point, and they put her in Stardom and were immediately pushing her into the main event. And so she had to like do main event wrestling when she was only like 2 years into her career, which is not a long time for the Japanese system, right? So she's never really had the chance to develop like all around like Kana did. So it's just different. I mean, it's kind of like Meiko Satomura. Meiko Satomura got trained by the best people. So she could do
Meiko Satomura is at a level totally different level than anybody else. Come on.
But the reason I bring her up is her and Kana both have that history of having ways to get over with different kinds of audiences. Like they had experiences and not movesets, but like routine sets. Let's put it like that, routine sets to get over with different kinds of audiences. There's not so much of that anymore.
Before we guys go, you guys watch any good movies lately, or like anything good on TV?
Just some bad stuff on Tubi. They have some good stuff on there, but I was just like this past week. I was just, some movies you just don't want as your background,
right?
And so. So sometimes you just kind of.
I watched two movies. The two movies that I had wanted to see. And I got to say, not bad. One of them I enjoyed really good. The first one I saw was Wolfman.
Oh, yeah. How's
and it's a little more grounded as a werewolf movie could be, But you take away the gypsy curse, you take away the silver bullet, you take away the fur-covered man. It's nothing like that. It's a disease. It's a DNA changing disease. So the way they did it, okay, It's not bad. It's very atmospheric. Very like old school, like two people stuck in the cabin for an entire movie. It's like that. Very atmospheric. I enjoyed it. Is it flawed? Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. The fucking effects were good. It was okay. It was all right. The other movie
Hmm.
I saw Nosferatu.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Bill Skarsgård should never, ever, ever play a regular character ever again in his life. He should stick to playing creatures and monsters of the night. This man is unfucking believable. And we're not talking about a Dracula with the big cape and the good looking and turns into mist or a bat. Nah, 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 nah. This Dracula, this vampire is what? 300 years old, and he looks it. His body is crumbling because he's 300 years old. He can barely breathe. He can barely stand erect. Okay, he's covered in sores, and it's just the way he speaks. Outstanding performance by Bill Skarsgård. And he doesn't explode when the sun hits him. It's he just all his blood and his body gets exhumed from his body. It's the way they did it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed Nosferatu. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was very good.
Sounds a lot better than Gladiator 2.
Yeah, way better. And I think next week it starts streaming on Peacock. So there you go.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Peacock's been having that behind the scenes thing for it. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's a Universal movie. So, amazing as Kyle Orlock. I mean, he has a massive receding hairline. His hair is all matted and pus, and he's struggling, because he's old. And it's just the ways. I'm like, wow, look at the way they did this. He doesn't levitate and shit. He doesn't turn to mist. He's a beat up old man who happens to be a vampire.
Mm.
He has powers of suggestion. Like he has to concentrate really hard to make you think about doing something. It's more like he's not gonna flick a finger and you jump off a roof. It's not Christopher Lee. It's like he has to really. It's good. I enjoyed it. And you have Willem Dafoe who plays he plays the Van Helsing type character. It's a little over the top. He's a little over the top, but his character is supposedly over the top. It's bad. Yeah, because his character gets kicked out of university because he believes in the devil and the occult. And this is where Nosferatu is rooted in the occult and devil worship. So it's something. It's something. I was impressed. I enjoyed it. But Bill Skarsgård, he kills it. I mean, God bless him with all that makeup, because he killed it as Pennywise, and now as fucking Count Orlok. I mean, he kills it. Unbelievable.
So one thing, of course, I pay attention to these shark attacks and everything. So imagine being two Australian women, and you travel all the way to the Bahamas for your vacation.
Oh man!
And jump in the water and you both get bit by a shark.
Oh no, both of them.
Yeah. One of them got her foot bit really bad, and it severed I think the Achilles tendon. The other one got bit in the foot as well. But they jumped right off a boat into the water. And
did you see that thing on YouTube where a guy fucking got swallowed by a big whale?
Yeah. Yes.
I was like, what? And then the whale let him go. He was like, wait a minute, you're not plankton.
Yeah,
Shark attacks, whale eating people. I'm like, what the hell's going on? The world's like going crazy. And it's not even summer yet. We got shark attacks. It's fucking February.
Well, it's warm in the tropics
Yeah.
all year.
Yeah.
Posting a picture in the chat. It's Keiji Muto and Deborah McMichael.
Oh wow, Deborah McMichaels looks weird.
Yeah. I give her a pass. She's always been a nice person, apparently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Deborah McMichael. She goes, look at Muto. He's just chilling.
Muto's hanging out with a bunch of people. Sabu,
Lex
yeah,
Luger.
my favorite and your favorite, James, Lex Luger.
Yeah, I know. They're rocking their matching wheelchairs. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the time.
Oh, wow, it is late.
I just wanted to say real fast, Stephanie, I've been watching The Thick of It. It's a British TV show. It's a hilarious show. But if you ever watch it, it goes by super fast. You got to pay attention because it's like boom, 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 boom. I don't know if it's ADHD people who made this, but it's just like it's going so fast, like, and I'm just like, oh my god, like how do you keep up? But it's hilarious though.
It's good.
Like,
it's good.
Peter Capaldi as Malcolm Tucker is hilarious. Stephanie have y'all seen these clips about the Temptation Island, Spain?
Yeah, I saw that. I don't. Yeah.
Stephanie brought this to my attention, and she is like just so like absorbed into this deal. So I've been seeing all these clips of that. That is hilarious. Party gang. And James, I don't know if you know this. The new season of Love Is Blind has hit Netflix.
It has?
Yes, yesterday.
Yes.
We'll start watching it tomorrow, but
okay. Oh, thanks for telling me. Yes.
Trash reality TV.
I'm waiting for season 2 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh,
that was brutal. What Mormon? Pedro, you're a 70 guy. It's a must watch. These whores pretend to be so uppity and we don't do this, we're Mormon. Meanwhile, the entire crew sharing each other's husbands in a fucking sex scandal. They're begging each other like it's going out of style. Oh my god.
Y'all are a couple of drama mamas.
What? Zeus. I used to hate reality TV. I never watched any of it. And finally, during the pandemic, is when I got sucked in.
I
finally gave in.
Way before then.
Yeah, he was watching. James, need we remind you about cheaters? Cheaters?
Hey, Tubi has an entire channel devoted to cheaters. You can watch cheaters 24/7.
I love cheaters, man. I love that shit.
Yeah, we know you do.
Hey, James, you got anything going on this week?
No, this week's gonna be a rough one. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do the show next weekend.
Okay.
I'll let you know. But yeah, there'll be no show from Real House Radio. I don't know if I'm gonna do something. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to do the Mania podcast. Because right now it's 50-50 because I got a rough week. I got a hospital overnight stay and do some stuff and blah blah blah. So we'll see.
Okay.
I gotta get drained and a lot of shit.
James, we don't need to know about your personal sex life.
Snow.
We don't need to know.
I'll fucking mail you a bag of
that's true.
Zeus,
it'll
make a
be water
snowman?
by the time it gets here.
No, it iced over everything. It's just a solid sheet of fucking.
James, they don't make snowmen in Buffalo. They make like ice cube men, but ice blocks.
Ice cube men. Like big snow mountains, right? Snow ice castles.
I've got the usual stuff going on. I will do looking at cards this week. I didn't do it this week because I had stuff come up, but I will do it on Tuesday, and then the usual stuff. It don't matter. Everyone, have a great weekend. Stay warm because it's gonna be cold all the entire country, basically. So
Yeah,
everyone
Zeusy,
stay
put your
warm.
lawn johns on.
Side.
We'll catch y'all in the future.
Later. Biba and Bill, thanks for
Yeah,
stopping
thanks for
by.
hanging out. Adieu.
Later.
Ooh.